When you think about the greatest inventor in history, what name comes to your mind first? Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, Henry Ford, the Wright brothers. But there's one name that is not as recognizable. When you use your phone or use your computer fridge TV, you should thank Nikola Tesla. This story is a forgotten genius. Some say that history is written by the conquerors, but this truth is not at all comforting for the men and women whose pens are dominated by power and wealth. For years in science textbooks, the discovery of electricity was tied to the name of Thomas Edison, while the genius inventor whose pioneering electrical technologies lit up the modern world has remained relatively unknown in history. On Nobel Physics, Tesla is considered one of the top 3 students, and some psychologists also believe that the biggest obstacle in life was not opportunism, nor Edison's unfulfilled promises and deceptions, but her very high intelligence. Nikola Tesla was born in the Austrian Empire and had an excellent education in physics and engineering. In the 1880s, he gained useful experience in electrical science by working for companies related to communication technologies, as well as the Continental Edison Company. After immigrating to America in 1884 and working briefly at the Edison Machine Works, he left the company to pursue his creative ideas. With the help of his business partners, he established a number of laboratories and companies in New York to develop his designs in the fields of mechanical and electrical engineering. The alternating current induction motor patent and patents related to multiphase technologies were among his achievements during this period, and Tesla was able to earn a decent income by selling them to Westinghouse Electric. With the earned income, Nikola was able to pursue the development of his various designs and gained a lot of experience in fields such as electric discharge tubes, X-ray imaging, and mechanical generators. He demonstrated his achievements in his laboratories to famous and influential people, but was often unsuccessful in attracting the necessary capital to commercialize them. In the 1890s, Tesla tested her ideas on wireless transmission of electricity, and 3 years later announced that she could establish wireless communication between her devices. Finally, Tesla could not implement these projects due to lack of funds. In the following years, Tesla tested other ideas, each with relative success. But always the lack of funds, large debts, and unsuccessful projects caused him not to be warmly welcomed in the general culture of that time. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856 in the village of Smiljan in Croatia. In those years, this village was under the domination of the Croatian military front of the Austrian Empire, and today it is a part of Croatia. His father, Milutin Tesla, was an Orthodox priest, and his mother was also the daughter of a well-known priest who had a great talent in making tools and equipment and using mechanical science. Nikola inherited her innate talent for creativity and strong memory from her mother through genetics and upbringing. A bright student, Tesla became interested in this science during his high school years through his physics teacher. He had stated somewhere that with great enthusiasm, he sought to discover the source of this mysterious power. Nikola's genius and memory were very high, and he had the ability to calculate the integral function mentally, until some teachers condemned him for cheating. He was able to finish the 4-year high school course in 3 years. Nikola returned to his hometown in 1873, and after a short time he got cholera. His illness lasted for 9 months, and his father promised to send him to the best engineering university if he recovers. In 1874, just a few months after getting rid of this deadly disease, he was called to military service for the Austro-Hungarian army in Smiljan. But Nikola escaped this summons and went to Tominage village in Grukut. He mentioned these years as influential years in his spirit, that by reading Mark Twain's books and being in natural areas and being close to nature, he was able to recover his spirit after his illness. In 1875, Tesla went to the Polytechnic College of Graz to continue his education. In his first year, he showed a lot of ingenuity and effort and passed all his subjects with excellent grades. The university also sent a letter to his father to announce his status and high talent, in which Nikola was mentioned as the star of the college. During his student days, Tesla worked hard and researched without any breaks. At the same time, he gradually became addicted to gambling and lost a lot of his income and savings. Although he broke the habit several times, he ultimately failed to pass his third-year university exams and never graduated. Nikola left the city of Graz in 1878 and ended his relationship with all family members. He didn't want them to know that he left the university. Even many of Nikola's relatives thought that he was dead in those years. He went to the city of Maribor in present-day Slovenia, where he worked as a designer. His gambling addiction did not leave him in these years either. In 1879, after refusing his father's request to return home, he experienced an acute mental breakdown. In 1881, Nikola Tesla went to Budapest, the capital of Hungary, to work. After the official start of the company in question, Tesla worked there as the manager of the electricity department. During Tesla's tenure at the company, he made many designs and improvements to the central station's electrical and telephone system. He claimed to have invented a telephone amplifier during this period, which was never introduced or patented. In 1882, Tesla was employed by the Edison company Tesla, who had a high talent in learning new sciences, gained a lot of experience while working in this company. The managers of the Edison company, who noticed his high talent, entrusted him with more responsibilities, including the design of dynamo and advanced engines. Equipment from other Edison branches that needed repair were also sent to Tesla. One of the projects that Tesla was in charge of at Edison was improving the company's electric arc lamps for installation in urban environments. These lamps, which required a very high voltage, could not be operated with the systems of the Edison factory at the time, and this was a failure for the company. Tesla improved these lamps, but his designs were never implemented. The reason for this could be the improvement of the city voltage system or Edison's contract with another factory to produce lamps. Tesla left after 6 months of working in Edison's big factory. His reasons for leaving the company are still unclear, but the most likely thing is related to the wrongdoings of the Edison company and the direct manager of Tesla in giving him a bonus. In several interviews and memos, Tesla has talked about promises of bonuses that were given to him for inventing and building new equipment, but which were never implemented. He said in one place that the Edison executives, after doing the work, considered these suggestions as jokes and told him that he still did not understand the culture of American humor. However, Tesla resigned from the Edison company on January 4, 1885. Upon leaving the Edison company, Tesla worked on patents for electric arc lighting systems. Nikola Tesla, who had also lost the privileges of his patents for donating to the factory, faced many hardships this year and had to accept part-time jobs even as a repairman. He mentioned this year as one of the most difficult years of his life and said somewhere, "I felt that all our professional studies in various scientific fields, including electricity, mechanics, and even literature, were ridiculous and pointless." Tesla's inventions include the invention of the induction motor and the Tesla coil, and the wireless lighting of the Tesla oscillator, and the two-way control boat of wireless electric energy, and the bladeless turbine pointed. Unfortunately, Tesla often spent his life with heavy debts to different people and companies. In the last years of his life, he was obsessed with difficulty and exhibited delusional behaviors. He had become sensitive to light and sound, and in front of special objects such as pearls and women's earrings, he showed strange and sharp reactions. Nikola Tesla died on January 7, 1943, at the age of 86. He spent the last day of his life in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel, and his body was found 2 days later by the hotel maid. His niece tried hard to bring Tesla's assets back to her hometown, and this happened in 1952, when 80 major funds returned all that was left of Tesla's assets to Belgrade. Along with all the challenges and bitter edges, no one can ignore his impact on the advancement of technology. Tesla was a genius and special scientist with an unattainable and unpredictable mind, and his name as one of the pioneers of electrical and electronic sciences will inspire all people who still believe in their ambitious ideas despite the biggest obstacles. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel and like this video.